Here's the dime, Uncle Josiah.
Say, is this a private game or can anyone get in?
I think we better start packing. Would you help me with the trunk?
All right, sure.
Fix up your things. Get them together. Okay. Right over here, mister. Keep making it. Yeah.
Is that your peddler's wagon outside?
Part of my checkered past.
How'd you ever find time for the sheep business?
Well, I'm a peddler by trade, a sheep herder by misfortune.
Oh, someone paid you off with them, huh?
Well, the misfortune belonged to Gail's parents. They were under the mistaken belief that open range meant just that. So they settled here with their sheep.
Well, this is cattle country, you know.
Took the cattlemen some months to convince them of that. Mr. Bartley, the day that I stopped here with my wagon to get some water, that barn was burning. Gail's parents, her mother and father, most of the sheep were dead. I heard her crying.
Mama made me hide in the cellar when they came.
Don't forget your doll. The whole thing was so cruel, so senseless.
But you stayed.
Of course I stayed. She had no relatives. I was tired of wearing out the seat of my trousers selling pots and pans. I love her, Mr. Bartley. I love her like she was my own. And in a way she is now.
Do you know what you're doing? What do you know about sheep?
Mr. Bartley, there's a story my people tell. In ancient times, it was prophesied that the world would be completely flooded within 2 weeks. Terrified, the people sought help from the religious men of the village. The first, a young man filled with the destiny of the moment, said that they must build the biggest, most splendid temple in the land to prove that they were worthy of a place in heaven. Then they came across the second man. Well, he was somewhat older, and he ordered the people to cleanse their hearts of hate and embrace their enemies during their final time on earth. And then the people came to the third leader. He was a wizened old man with flowing white hair. The world will be completely flooded within 2 weeks, they cried. What shall we do? The old man thought for a long time, and he finally said, learn to live underwater.
Well, now, you better get going. I want to get into town before dark.
Why are we going to town?
Because we're going to drive our sheep right through the middle of it.
Nick, did you have to drive those sheep right down the middle of the street?
Yes.
Why?
It's against the law to drive them down the sidewalk.
Now, Nick, I want you to listen to me.
I wanted everybody to know
that you're in the sheep business.
Ah, now you've got it.
All right, Nick, you've got pride. Now, that's just fine. But you're about to take on this entire valley. Do you think you're big enough?
Might be interesting to find out.
Nick, this is no joke.
Do you see me laughing? I hate those mangy sheep with their ugly, short legs. I can't breathe when I'm downwind of them.
Then why keep them?
Because they're mine.
Nick, you've seen a range war before. They start just about like this. One fella does one fool thing, like driving sheep into cattle country, and another fella does something a little more foolish, like shooting him. And before you know it, you've got a full-size range war on your hands.
That a fact.
That's a war nobody wins, Nick. Everybody loses. Not only men, women, and children, but entire herds, and it never ends.
Well, the shooting might stop for a while. That's just to give everyone time to bury their dead and reload.
You two want me to give up those sheep, right?
That would make sense.
Giving in would make sense, huh?
Nick, other people have rights, too. You're not living in the middle of nowhere. And you're not the only one with feelings.
Those sheep are on our land, Jared, our land. And none of them Jaspers in town are gonna tell me what I can or can't do. Those sheep aren't spooking anybody else's cattle. And they're not chewing up anybody else's range. And there's no reason for anybody's feelings to be hurt.
Did that argument convince Carl Wheeler, or did you have to sell him some other way?
What Carl Wheeler thinks doesn't matter.
I'm afraid it does, Nick. Because the entire valley is behind it.
All right. All right, I'll talk to Carl Wheeler as soon as he brings Audra home tonight. Maybe I can talk some sense into him. All right?
Mrs. Barkley,
Yes, Mr. Freeman.
I was just on my way to the herd, and
Oh, wouldn't you like a glass of sherry?
Thank you very much. Gail isn't getting in the way, is she?
Oh, no. She's upstairs helping Audra get dressed.
I appreciate you taking her into the house. Since her parents died, I'm the only one she's had. I know I'm not the ideal person to talk to her about dresses and things that girls want to talk about.
I think you've done very well.
Mrs. Barkley, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
That fight that Mr. Barkley had, those men were his friends, weren't they?
Yes.
Well, why would his friends want to attack him? He's one of them.
Not anymore.
Was it because of the sheep?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I first chose, I mean, when I first thought,
What did you think, Mr. Freeman?
the Barkleys are so big, so powerful, surely no one would dare attack them, even if they did bring a few sheep into the valley.
How long have you lived in the West?
10 years?
Well, that should have been time enough.
For what?
For you to learn that there's no one so big, so powerful, that he can change the hates and prejudices of a lifetime. At least not without a fight.
Your son is a very stubborn man.
Yes, very.
He won't give way.
When Nick is pushed, he pushes back with everything he has.
No matter what the cost?
Well, sometimes it costs more to walk away from a fight than to finish it.
But he cares nothing for those animals.
He's a cattleman, Mr. Freeman. But he's also a man. Now, what do you suppose would happen if tomorrow people decided that we shouldn't mine gold or grow beef?
Do you think his friends would understand that?
No, I don't. I think we all crossed the line today. And none of us can turn back.
That was fun, Carl.
Even after I tromped all over your feet?
With a little practice, you could be a very good dancer.
Well, now, if I had somebody as pretty as you to practice with, I wouldn't mind learning.
Carl.
Hmm?
That fight with Nick.
That wasn't me.
No, but you could have stopped it.
It would have taken a stack of dynamite to pry them apart, and I didn't have any with me.
Still,
Love me?
I haven't decided yet.
But what about Nick?
What?
Do you love him?
That's a silly question.
Audra, I wouldn't have asked it if I thought that. If you love him, then you can help him.
How?
Talk to him. Make him see that his friends are more important than trying to prove some point that ain't even worth proving.
You mean persuade him to give up his sheep?
He'd listen to you.
I doubt that.
It's worth a try.
No, it isn't. Nick's his own man. And I don't like being used. Especially by you.
Audra. As long as Nick has those sheep, there can't be any future for us.
Then I'll just have to take that loss.
Carl.
Well, now, we're
about to send a search party out for you.
I needed some air. Though it didn't do much good.
You usually come in when you bring Audra home.
Not tonight.
I've been wanting to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about, Nate.
You're just gonna pretend those sheep aren't there, huh?
Look, the rest of us had a meeting today. We came up with a solution to your problem.
Is that a fact?
Just so everybody knows which side you're on, you slaughter those vermin right where they stand.
No.
I figured you'd say that. So we took it out of your hands.
We?
This is my valley too, Nick. My family sweated and bled for it just like yours. And I'm not gonna stand by and see it trampled to death by those sheep. Friend or no friend.
You touch just one of them sheep, Carl, and you're gonna find me on your doorstep.
I'm not going anywhere, Nick. And neither are you.
Murderer, huh? Yeah, we had now to make a man a liar.
Hey, Kelsey! Wheeler said anything short of killing.
Somebody's coming!